Welcome to my workshop. I'm Tina and this is Tina's Workshop. And it is Friday, August 23rd. And I'm actually doing this in the morning. It's still 9:43, but I usually tend to do this in the evening because I don't have the time in the morning. So I'm actually getting this done in the morning. So we have not hit our high yet. I know I'm always talking about our high, but we have cooled down this week and our high is only supposed to get to 71 today. We're currently only at 61. So got a little reprieve from the heat, which is nice. Been busy this week trying to get things done. So I do have a few finished objects and works in progress, of course, always works in progress. That's a never-ending cycle, right? So my son that did the jacket, I showed you guys the jacket he had made and everything, and he had made the pattern and all that. And I had said, oh, so you're going to make more? No. Yeah, well, that changed. He decided he needed to make himself a robe, and the pattern he made before would work for that. So he is currently making a robe. So we've gone to a couple different stores now to buy fabric and stuff that he needed for that. And he's 6'5". So one of the reasons why he's been making things is normal robes on him are above the knee. He's like, what's the point, you know? So he wanted something that went closer to the floor. So that's why he's making it. And it was really funny because he was going to, he put a hood on it. And let me see if it's sitting over here. If it is, I will show you. Where's my pause button? Hold on. Okay, so we had a whole bunch of fleece I had gotten from my mom's, and that's what the inside is this gray fleece. The outside is this, and it's this beautiful olive green color. So this thing, here's the top of the sleeve. Oh, you can see how long it is. And this still doesn't touch the ground when he wears it. But he had decided to he wanted to put a hood in it too. So he was going back and forth and he was thinking about using, which he is going to use this fabric inside the sleeves instead of the fleece so it's not too hot. And when he decided to do that, he thought about putting the lining of the hood also in one of these fabrics, but in a different color. So just to play around with it, he used the same color because we ended up having to buy more. This fabric was literally like that much too narrow to get all the pieces he needed out of it. So we had to go buy more. But he thought about doing like a burgundy and lining the sleeves and the lining of the hood. And I had to go run some errands and then I was going to come back because I had to get stuff at the store too, so we were going to go together. And I get back and we're talking about it and I said, well, you're going to line the hood and the sleeves, right? And he says, nope, I've decided the lining on the hood is going to be gray. He said, because with the darker, he said, I look like a Jedi. He's like, he actually said, he didn't say it that way. I said Jedi. He said, I look like I'm out of Star Wars. And I thought it was so funny. Last 2 years, he's dressed as a bard for Halloween. And if you don't know what that is, it's like a medieval traveling musician. And he does it amazingly, but he's going to do that again this year because he really likes the costume, and each year he kind of adds to it, you know, making something new for the costume. And he thought, well, I can wear this with it. Well, if he looked like he was out of Star Wars, it wasn't going to work well with his costume. So he decided that the lining on the hood is going to be the gray color. So this is what he's been doing the last couple days. So I had to laugh though, because he wasn't going to do this again. And now he is. I knew he'd end up doing it again because he can't help himself. He gets something in his head and then he's got to do it right then. Okay. So yeah, that, I guess that should have gone down like in life stuff, but I couldn't help myself. Okay, on to finished objects. Number 1. She's done. Isn't she cute? My sister-in-law said it's her favorite. So it's harder to tell because of the colors I used, but this stripe, and this stripe, so the blues that are in there, those are from the second skein of yarn I had. And the rest was from the main color. I think she came out so cute. And there's enough, well, there's enough I could actually reverse it, but this is what's left of that blue, focus. And when I put it in my drawer with some of the other yarns I've spun, I set it down next to this one. And wouldn't that make an absolutely adorable chicken? I can't help myself with these chickens. They're just so cute and they're fun to make. But this, if you put this as the stripes and this is the main body, wouldn't that be pretty? So this one's BFL, and this one was one I spun from Paradise Fibers, and it is 75% Shetland and 25% mulberry silk. So Shetland, silk, and BFL. But I think that would be a really pretty one. So I don't know, that I may end up doing that at some point. At the moment it's just sitting there, but I still had this much left of the colored one, which would have been plenty to do stripes, but oh hey, get at it with the other. That was from the same month of Paradise Fibers. I don't know, I'm just playing around. You know, I gotta actually use this yarn that I spin, right? I mean, I've got a big basket sitting back here of yarn I've spun that I need to actually use for things. But it's so much fun to spin it too and see how pretty the yarn comes out, and the difference from before it was spun to after. I actually just stuck some new fiber in my box with my e-spinner because I want to pull that out and spin it. But okay, next finished object. Okay, so I got this baby blanket done. It is so cute. It is so soft. It is so squishy. And it has this great little, it was called a shell border, but it was different than I had done before, and I actually really liked it. At first I was like, huh? And then it took me a second and I figured out what was going on. I went, it's actually really nice. And it was, when you do a big shell border, you've really got to plan things out right so that it lands at the right spot, the corner. But this one is being worked over 4 stitches. And so only having to deal with 4. And if you do happen to come up to the end and you're like 1 too many or 1 short, it's easy to just work into that stitch. So it laid really nice, and I thought it looked really nice. So it's a nice big baby blanket, but super soft, super squishy. And that one is now done, and I love the stitch definition on it too. It's got great stitch definition because I wanted this kind of heirloomy look, which I think that gives it. The pattern, where did I put the pattern? The pattern is by One Little Raindrop. So that will be in the link down below. It's a free pattern. But I used the Lion brand 1 Pound of Love. Focus. focus. Lion Brand 1 Pound of Love, and the color is Elephant Gray. And out of that, let's see if I can get this back in where I had it. I like sticking these in the middle of my thing so I know where it is. And my skein was almost empty, so I caked it up when I was done, but that's how much was left. So one skein, it's big, it's a pound. One of that will do all this and leave you some left over. So you could do like a matching hat or something with it. But I did that, and that was an acrylic yarn. I like using the acrylic on baby blankets because most people that they're going to don't know or don't really care about, you know, trying to deal with like a wool or something like that, and the specialty of washing it, and baby blankets get washed a lot. So I like the acrylic on the baby blankets because they can toss them in the wash and not worry about it. Okay, next finished object. If you saw my video on Wednesday, that was the one that I was like, okay, I don't want to pressure myself to try and get it done, but I did it. And that was this scarf. And it's a granny square scarf. Each square is different. And then it's got tassels on the bottom. And when you wear it, you fold it like this and put that curved edge against your neck. Sorry if I'm hitting the microphone. And it's super cozy. It's really nice. But the whole idea behind it is that Klaus in the Umbrella Academy season 4 wears a scarf just like this, and I tried to the best of my ability to replicate the scarf he was wearing, and I think I got pretty dang close. There was in the different images I looked at, like the back of the neck, I couldn't see all of the color changes, and one of the squares at the base, the only image that really showed it, it was kind of folded, and I couldn't see all the color changes. So then by looking at the way the other ones had changed color, just kind of filled it in from there. But that one is done. Well, you all know my usual. I cannot get through a video without being interrupted. So my other son, my oldest son, him and his girlfriend just asked me for a ride. So I had to stop and go give them a ride. Anyway, I was talking about this, and I'm not sure exactly where I ended, but this one was a fun one. And if you like the Umbrella Academy, if your favorite character is Klaus like me, you might like to go back to my video from Wednesday and make yourself one of these scarves. And even if you don't, it's a really nice scarf. My younger son, he's been trying to imagine what outfits he has that he could potentially wear it with. And I'm not a big scarf wearer, but even I really liked it. So we were joking that it will end up being the communal scarf. Multiple people wearing it. So that one was another finished object. Those were my 3 main finished objects. I added this to a finished object. It's just something else that I kind of did, but don't know if I really want to say it's a finished object. I don't know. Anyway, so Elise Rose Crochet has done a number of really great printouts for all different things. She had one that I printed out a while back that was a Stash Buster worksheet. She has a set that she just put out now that has a whole bunch of different things, and I just printed out one page from it that's Honey, Get Control of Your Whips Completion List. And they're all free downloads, so I will link her below. She has an amazing channel, but I'll link her below, and if you go to her last video, she has the link for this one. But I have utilized her different ones. And hold on. Okay, yeah, that's my ringtone. Oh shoot, now my battery's about to go dead. Come on. Okay, what I was about to say is that's the ringtone for my older son. It's Stewie going, Mom, Mom. Used to drive my mother crazy because it actually sounds a lot like my son doing that same thing, and my phone would ring and my mom would start yelling at my phone telling my son to be quiet, and I'm like, Mom, it's the ringtone. I guess I should mute this before that happens again. And he'll be coming in a few minutes and he's like, I've got to show you something. So I said, come in quietly and then I will pause. Anyway, I was telling you about the papers. Okay, so she's got these great lists, but on these different lists, it was like, I like what's on this list, I like what's on that list, but I really wish this was there or that was there. So I decided to make my own list. And boring, I just put, it's a whip list. I keep stuff in a journal, but going and pulling out the journal and finding, even though the page is marked, finding the page and writing stuff down, I don't always do. And I have a music stand that sits right here next to my desk. And yes, it does have music on it for my guitar, but I also will stick patterns and things like that. And I'm like, this can sit here and I can grab it, jot something down and set it back, and I'll do that much easier. And then I can always put it in the journal later, or I can put it up on the Ravelry. So what I ended up putting on this was just start date, end date, what the project is, and then if there was some little note that I needed to add to it. Super basic, because the biggest thing that I forget is when I started a project, when I finished it. And not that that's a huge thing, but sometimes it's nice to know how long something took you to do. Or, you know, you might be, if you're putting it in Ravelry, you'll put that information. Or this year I've been trying to keep track of how many things I've been doing this whole year and what has been done each month. And I'll finish something and forget to write it in there, and then when I finally go to do it, I'm like, wait, did I finish that this month or last month? Or so it throws me off. So I thought, oh, okay, this is what I want. That's the information that I'm always looking for. And then it's not a huge spot, but I can jot down some little note like, so here's my list. Just a few things on it. So a lot of this is actually stuff that I haven't started yet, but things that I need to get done. So I have the names, you know, what all the different projects are. And that one I don't have the start date on because I don't know. I need to look back into my past videos and figure out when I actually started it because it's been a while. But like here in notes, this bunny capuzzi cowl. I might look at that and be like, what? But that's what it's titled. But it was from the yarn hop when I did the yarn hop. And then, so when I see that, oh, okay, I know which one that is. Or like this one, I have 3 baby blankets. And then in the notes, I put that I'm doing 2 boy blankets and 1 girl blanket. So, you know, just simple things like that. And if you would like a PDF of this, just send me an email. My email, all my contact stuff is in the description below. So if you send me an email and say I'd like, you know, the whip list, I will email that to you. So that was my other finished object that's like, it is, but it isn't, you know. But that's all the finished things I have for this week. For works in progress, my Cozy Memories blanket by Shelley DuPont from Polka Dot Creek. If you've not watched their videos, you really need to go watch their videos. They're so much fun to watch their videos. There's at least 3, sometimes 4 or 5 that will sit there and do it together, and the banter between them, they can really brighten your day, let me tell you. They're fun to watch. Okay, so when we were last together, I was right here. I only got to there. I finished that square, but I did finish it. So I now have, I'm trying to decide if I want to start working out this way now, or if I want to do another 1 or 2 this way and then work so that I have that width I want before I start doing my length, which is what I'm thinking I might do. I think I might still do 1 or 2 more here because it'll be like a throw size, and right now it's like that. So I think I want it like 1 or 2 more wide and then start working this way. And I was gonna put these 2 in. Those are that bamboo pop sock that I had done socks with. And I've been using, you know, Cozy Memories. I am actually using yarns I have used from other things. I guess I will move that while I'm thinking about it. I'm using yarns I've used from other things. And so I have used these. The yarn's slightly different and everything, but the only problem is I need to double strand it. And there's no like center pull in these, so I would have to totally unwind these, rewind them into a center pull ball so that I could get both. And I don't know if I really want to do that. I mean, there's still a lot here that I can do something with, so I'm thinking I might wait until I actually use these to do something else and the yarn gets down smaller, and then maybe I will add them in. So that being said, at the present moment, I don't actually have another, didn't drop it that time. I don't have another yarn to add in at the moment. So that one is kind of sitting here. But that's where I'm at. And then, let's see. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so anyway, Cozy Memories, that's I think where I was at, and that's as far as I've gotten on that. Next item up for bid, a brand new pair of socks. Oh, and even though I've said it a million times, Cozy Memories blanket is in a bag I made. This one is Weird Sisters, my Dobby bag that I love for my socks. And the yarn is from Happy Mermaid Yarn Company, and it is, I believe, called Oktoberfest. And I will have links to everything down below. Yes. Happy Mermaid Yarn Company, Oktoberfest. And it is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And these are DK yarn. I'm doing Kayla and Crazy Sock Ladies vanilla, DK vanilla socks. Where is it? DK weight vanilla socks. Anyway, I was right there last time, and I've just started the heel. So I'm doing the purple for the heel and toe, then this is the main body, and then, I mean, for the cuff and toe, the heel is in the red. So I will move my little wrench up there. So that's where I'm at. I've been picking it up and working on it from time to time because I really, really want to finish them. And not even so much, I would like to finish them before summer sock camp's over at the end of the month, but I don't think it'll happen just because I just showed you this list. I mean, so much. So, yeah, but I've been trying to pick them up from time to time just because I really want to, and I'll do like a few rows and then set them back down, and I have to pause again because the dog is barking and wants in. Now I could probably go sit down and have 2 hours without a disturbance, but as soon as this camera comes on, all kinds of disturbances. Or if I'm wanting to lay down and totally relax, then the dogs continuously want out. I swear one of them will wait until my head hits the pillow and I'm super comfy, And then she'll want out. I'm like, why couldn't you just, I just asked you if you wanted to go out with the other dog. Nope. Nope. Okay, let's see, where are we at? So I have one I put down as a work in progress, even though I have not technically cast it on yet. I almost cast it on last night. I did not technically cast it on yet, but I got everything prepped for it. So I got all my little balls wound up, and because I did them all by hand because they were, you know, minis. Oop, don't need that there. And put them in my Happy Mermaid Yarn Company bag. The yarn is by Comfort and Joy Yarn Company, which is a local yarn company. So Comfort and Joy, it is the, come on, focus. National Park, come on. It's the Glacier one, which does come with the little patch. And the colors in it are Confetti, Brighter Days, Bahamas, and Gray Flannel. And it's 100% superwash merino. And that, if you hadn't figured out by the name of the yarn grouping, is for this hat, which is inspired by that picture. So I'm making this one for my son, my younger one, the one that's making the jacket. And he went there, did a road trip last summer with his friends, and that was one of the places they went to. So that is my first hat I'm planning to do out of my 2 books that I have. So I'm going to use my new Knit Picks needles that I got recently, and at least I think all the sizes I need are in there. So I'm going to use that and start that. So I can't wait to cast that one on. Not that I shouldn't be doing it right now because I need to, again, do other things, but I just really want to do it. And I feel kind of bad that I have still only gotten this far on his scarf. I have not made, this is from how long ago? I've not made progress. I've been planning, I had actually planned to work on this last week, and I did not get any of it done. So I really do need to get some work done on that, but I do feel bad about it. So I'm want to start the other because I think I'll get it done a little bit quicker. Another work in progress. This is in a bag by that word I can never say. And it's technically a lunch bag. I bought it at a knit shop, but works great for this project. And so the baby blanket I showed you earlier that was finished, this is the exact same pattern because I had 2 that I needed to do that were boy blankets. My sister-in-law is actually doing the girl blanket for me. She's got these big rosettes and everything, and I'll show you when she finishes it. But this is how this one's coming. This one's coming out really light and kind of lacy. It's still technically a worsted weight yarn, though this yarn I always feel like is more closer to, you know, what is the next one down, DK or Sport. It's a little bit thinner. It feels more like a 3 than a 4, but it's technically a 4, but it's the Caron Simply Soft. And my label's in the other room, but it's a very pale yellow color that I'm using. So that's what I'm doing with that one, and I've got, I don't know how many skeins it'll take. I have like, I think 4 skeins of this, so I should have more than enough, but we'll see. So that one I just started like the day before yesterday, I think. I haven't written it down. I should write it down. So Wonderland Yarns, Just like I suspected, I did not do anything this last week because I'm trying to work on those baby blankets and get them done, because that is for an actual order. And the koi scarf I just showed you, I have not gotten anything done on it. Acquisitions and Happy Mail. So I watch, hopefully I'm going to say this right, I watch Min Wolden on YouTube, and I wrote down notes at some point that has her name and the YouTube name and how to pronounce it all. She's from Belgium, so I feel really bad if I mispronounce things and stuff like that. And if I remember correctly, the way you pronounce her YouTube name is Min Wolden. And anyway, I will link her down below. She's really fun to watch. But her last video, go back and watch that one. Her last video was all on natural dyeing. And you guys know how much I love to natural dye. So I was having fun watching her video, and she kept referring to a book. And I have as many books as I can find in general on natural dyeing and stuff. And I love to just experiment and grab different things and use them. But she had a great book I hadn't seen before, and she kept referring to it. And I eventually paused the video, went and ordered the book before I went back and finished watching her video. And my son is making funny faces at me now. He can't help himself. You want to come make funny faces at the camera?
No, I'm good.
No? You sure? He won't come make funny faces for you guys. I'm sorry. Anyway, this was a really great book. I went and I ordered the book, and now he's laughing. Why is he laughing at me? Okay, now I might have to go smack him, because now he's really tormenting me. So a good thing he's 22 and I wouldn't get in trouble for smacking him, I don't think. Anyway, this is the book, Wild Color, and it's by Jenny Dean. And if you go on Amazon right now, it's actually on sale. So I got it on sale. But it's a really good book. It has all these different dye plants, and then it'll show you different colors you can get from it. But then it explains how to do other types of after baths and things like that. And what's really kind of fun is, look at this page. All of those different yarns are all from one dye bath. All those colors are from one dye bath, just by doing the different after baths and different things like that. But it's really kind of neat. And there's a lot of, like I said, I keep experimenting with things. And I have different books, but they have some very basic and things that you hear about all the time. And this has more that I hadn't heard about, but then some that I had that are more common. But like, there's apple and pear in here. And the pear gives, the bark gives you this cool pink color. And the apple, I forget what color the apple had. And I was like, oh, I never even thought about the apple and pear. And I have a friend who has apple trees and pear trees. So you know I'm gonna have to try it. Oh, and daffodil. I don't know why I hadn't thought of trying the daffodil, because I have daffodils. But, oh, juniper was another one. I hadn't actually thought about trying juniper because of the, you know, the prickly little things that can be kind of annoying. But you get these colors from the berries, and you get these colors from the leafy shoots. And I have juniper in my yard too. So I am like really excited that this is just giving me that many more things to try. I love the eucalyptus. I need to do that one again. But, and the Queen Anne's lace, that is like, for her, it was all over the place. And she had a number of different plants that she showed that was like along the roadways and was all over for her, but maybe not for us because she's in Belgium and I'm in California, USA. But the Queen Anne's lace, we have it all over the place. and I hadn't thought about using the Queen Anne's lace. And it's another one. I'm like, oh, I need to go collect some of that now. And then, oh yeah, here's the pear. Look at the pinks from the bark. But then like oak is like a one-stop shop. And that I knew. And I haven't actually played with it that much, but you can do the bark, the leaves. Then it has a second page because there's so many things. The oak galls and the acorns. And there's the galls, which is actually, it's a way that the tree defends itself. The hornets lay their eggs into the tree, and the tree produces this oak gall, and then the hornets, like, they grow in there eating at the gall and stuff, and then they come out and leave, but then it doesn't fully damage the tree itself. So it's actually a defense mechanism for the tree. But those galls are a mordant. So using any part of the tree, you don't need another mordant because of the tannins, but you can actually utilize the galls, powderize them, and use it as a mordant. This book actually tells you how to do that. So it's a really cool book. I'm super excited about this book. I ordered it on Amazon, got it the next day, was so excited. So anyway, that's like my favorite thing of my acquisitions from this week. Again, I will link her below, and she does fiber shenanigans, and she's really fun to watch. And her channel's been out about as long as mine has, and she a lot like me in the sense that she just loves experimenting with things. And you know, I do the same thing. I mean, I want to get my hands on it. I want to try it. And so you have to give her a watch. Second, so I've told you guys before about the second-hand craft store we have nearby called The Legacy. And it is so much fun to go there. My son and I went the other day. We were actually looking for some fabric. You buy fabric by the pound there. And they had some really fun spinning wheels in there that I really had to control myself not to buy a new spinning wheel. And we didn't spend a whole lot of time because I knew he wasn't going to want to sit as I seriously browsed. But I did find a couple things before I left, and I'm going to see if maybe I can do, they recently expanded, so they went from 1 shop space to 3 shop spaces now. And I'd like to do a full tour on their place and show you guys, because it's really neat. If you don't have a shop like that near you, we actually have 2. The other one we have is much smaller. It's up in a smaller town, and I've been to it only once, but I go to this one quite regularly. Anyway, I got some needle stoppers while I was out there. I got 3 little socks. Come on, focus. Focus, focus. See if I can get it. 3 little socks. And I had some like this before. I got 2 little mittens. The mittens are for a smaller needle. The socks are for a larger needle, but you could, you can take and put 2 needle points together and put them on. But I got all those. That's 5 needle stoppers for a whole $1.25. You know, you can't beat that. They're fun. And then I also got the books. I think the books are like 50 cents, 75 cents, something like that, unless they're otherwise marked. So great deal when it comes to books. I've bought books out there before, but I got Charmed Knits, project for Harry Potter fans. And I didn't even fully look through it. Like I said, I knew he wasn't going to want to sit there too long. And I was like, it's Harry Potter stuff. I'm going to get it. And this one has Molly Weasley's sweater in it. It's got a bunch of socks too, like Harry's socks and Quidditch socks and stuff like that. But I love Molly Weasley's sweater. I've always loved her sweater anyway, so I really kind of want to make that one. Where is it at? Of course, I've done flip through almost the whole book and can't find it. Oh, it's even got the robes. Oh, come on. There it is. See? Molly Weasley sweater. Though I think I would do the colors a little bit different. That's a little too bright for me. I want more like fall colors in it. But I think it would be fun to do. And it's actually, the body of the sweater is knit and the sleeves are crocheted. So it would be a combination of the two, which is kind of fun. Is there another picture of it? Yeah, there's the other picture. So, some point in time, not right now, too many other things. Then yesterday we went to Joann's to get the fabric, and I needed a skein of yarn for a project I'm doing. But look at the cute buttons. You guys know I love Alice in Wonderland, and I do the Wonderland yarns and everything. Don't know what they're going to go on yet. But cute little Alice in Wonderland buttons. I'll find something for them. Okay, my main acquisition. Really kind of fun, and I'm going to put a clip in here. I went to a yarn store in Fort Bragg. We drove up to Fort Bragg this last weekend, and those of you who are a little bit more local and stuff, if you've heard of the skunk train, that's up in Fort Bragg. It's about 2 hours north of where I am. It's on the coast. It's a nice little town. They have a number of things there. Glass Beach, which most of the glass is gone now from people taking it, but Glass Beach, skunk train, I forget what else. I didn't think last time I was there to look and see if there was a yarn store, and I looked it up and there is. So I went to this cute little yarn shop, and it's right in a little center at the beginning, but it's like a street over, so I didn't see it just driving through. And really, really nice lady. She bought it, I think she said a year ago, and so she's slowly, you know, making it her own in a sense. But it was a really nice little shop. There was 2 local yarns, and one you guys have actually seen in one of my videos before. It's the feline one that has cat hair in it. So she carries their yarn there too. And then there was another one. And she does do different, she has days that they do the like knit night and classes and stuff. There's a nice table out front in the front of the store where people can sit around and they can do the different things. So it was a nice little shop, and I was super excited that I found one there, and I did buy some yarn while I was there, of course. So as soon as the video is finished playing, then I will show you that. Okay, so the yarn I got, I did not actually get the local yarn. One was, like I said, the cat yarn, and the other one, I just didn't see something that spoke to me. But they did have this yarn, and it was on sale, and it's not why I bought it. I was buying it anyway, but bonus, it was on sale. It was like 30% off, and it's only $14.95 for the skein. So it was a cheaper skein when it comes to yarn stores. And I guess it's one that's been out for a while, but I've never seen it. It's Queensland Collection Dungarees spun from recycled jeans. And it says it is 95% cotton and 5% other fibers. It's a number 3 yarn. And it definitely has that cotton feel, that softer cotton feel though, not like the cotton that a lot of people are doing the washcloths with. It's a nice soft cotton that you could make something that would be comfortable to wear against your skin. And they did actually even have some free patterns, I actually picked up this one, and it goes with this collection. It's called the Frida wrap. It's a really pretty wrap. I did not buy enough yarn to do this with this yarn, but I grabbed the pattern because I think it would be a pretty one to do with something different. They had gray, this color, and a lavender. And I liked this one better that says color is 3. So there's no name to the color, but it's just kind of an off-white that's more of a gray off-white than a cream. And I thought it was really nice. So I'm going to do something with that. Don't know what yet. The other thing I got, I was actually really kind of excited about. Normally I go in somewhere like that and I'm looking for a local yarn or a yarn color for their store or something like that. And when I can't find that, I tend to gravitate towards my greens because I love my greens. And this one is green, but it's definitely not local. But I was kind of excited by what it is because I do not have any yarn from here. It's West Yorkshire Spinners Fleece, 100% British wool, blue face Leicester, DK weight. And it says it's 100% British wool. What type of wool, I don't know, but 100% British wool. So there's the label. And there's the yarn. I mean, that yarn is so pretty. And the color of green and everything. Oh, and it's a nice yarn. So it's going to go great in my stash of greens that, yes, I do have a project planned for that. I told you guys about one shawl I was going to do with it, and I was looking up more information on that shawl the other day, and it's a fingering weight, and the yarns that I have are either DK or worsted. So reared, sheared, and spun in Britain. Anyway, it would, if I up my size needles or hook, or actually it was a hook, that one was crochet. If I upped my hook to up it with the yarn, it would be really big, and it was already a big shawl. So I don't think I'm going to do that one, but I found another pattern I'm thinking about. It's a simpler pattern, but I think it would be really pretty with the gradient of the different greens, and it has a hood. So it's a shawl with a hood, and it's got such a cozy look. And then I have one of my yarns is actually a fingering if I use this with it. Because I was thinking about using these two together to do another shawl I have. But if I don't, and I use this with the greens, this one is a fingering. So I would hold it double, which would give it a different look. And I think I would do the edge of the hood with that. If not, then I might do the edge of the hood with like this one or something. So I don't know. We'll see when I get there. I don't know when that will be because I've got so many other things to do. But anyway, that one is going in this basket with all my greens so that I can do that later. So that, I finally dropped something. I dropped my pencil. Okay. I think that was all my acquisitions. Of course, I know I say it every month. We will be at Lambtown in Dixon, October 5th and 6th. My husband and I will be there with his woodworking, his drop spindles and crochet hooks and all kinds of other stuff. So if you are there, make sure and come and visit us. Life things, not anything super exciting, just plugging along. My older son and his girlfriend have both been real sick this last week, so we've seen a lot more of them. And thankfully, luckily, knock on wood, the rest of us have not really gotten sick. I had a fever like the last 2 days, but not high. It was like 99.8 was the highest it went. Nothing else, felt totally fine. Might have been nothing, I don't know. But otherwise, yeah, we've been doing fine. So my son's been working on that coat, and I'm working on my many projects, and I have a couple things lined up that have in the works. I have one that I'm hoping to have out for you the first week in September for that Wednesday one. And I'm really excited about it, and I hope it comes out the way I want it to, because it is completely coming out of my head. And it's knit. If it was crochet, I would be even more confident of myself, but I am taking this out of my head with knit, and I'm really hoping it comes out good. And if it does, I think people will like it. I hope people will like it. So you'll have to make sure and check that one out. So yeah, a few things coming up. I don't think I have anything else for you, and I feel like this is a really long video, and I really don't know how long it is now because I've had to stop it so many times. I think more than usual. But I think that's everything. So I hope you guys all have an amazing weekend. Have a good week next week. Make sure like and subscribe and do all those YouTube-y things. And we'll see you all again soon. Bye.